first Champions League, and he gets it just minutes after coming on.
Well, Chelsea, Gallagher are at war with each other. These both camps are trying to find a middle ground where they can part ways. It's obvious that Chelsea wants to let go of Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher is a loyal Chelsea player. The family is definitely strong Chelsea fans. Unfortunately, things are not the way they were last season. Last season, under Pochettino, Conor Gallagher was more or less the key midfielder in Chelsea's team last season. But this season, Enzo Maresca has told Conor Gallagher he won't be needed in his first team. Therefore, he will be as good as a squad player. It's a silent way of saying that Conor Gallagher will not be a player Enzo Maresca would need going forward this season. What has the club done? The club has banned Conor Gallagher from participating in training with the first team at Cobham. That has therefore put the nail in the coffin that the club does not want Conor Gallagher in the team coming season. Anyways, that is not just the issue. News coming out now says that Chelsea even offered Conor Gallagher salary increment that competes with that of Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. He rejected that contract. Even a 2 years plus a year extension, he also rejected that contract. So at the end of the day, it's a stalemate between Conor Gallagher and Chelsea FC. And well, whether I want to accept it or not, Conor Gallagher will not suit this Enzo Maresca style of football, where you need to be aware of your surrounding. You need to have football intelligence to know when to pass the ball, how to pass the ball. That technical ability, Conor Gallagher doesn't have it. And it's not a spite on his person. He has other qualities. He's good at pressing the ball. He's good at recovering the ball. He's good at, covering spaces. He has that strength. He has that pace. And that is the qualities Diego Simeone has seen in him. Hence why Atletico Madrid and Chelsea has agreed in the sale of Conor Gallagher, which is within the amount of £35 million to about £40 million with add-ons put together. This, in all conclusion, shows that definitely Simeone sees him as part of the team. Is a dream signing for him this season, getting Conor Gallagher to assemble with his Atletico army in the coming season. And Atletico Madrid is doing some serious business in the transfer market. Apart from Conor Gallagher, they are going for Julian Alvarez, which shows that they are actually preparing for the La Liga title chase coming season. That aside, coming to Chelsea, Conor Gallagher is definitely not buying the idea of just being putted out of the Chelsea FC club, and coming from a family that are strong fans of the club. Of course, a lot of people are complaining that the club has not been handling it well, have not been handling the Conor Gallagher issue where he was our best player last season, etc., etc. Well, news flash, Enzo Maresca has said he does not need him in his first team. He is as good as a squad player. A squad player is as good as a coach telling you are not really going to be important going forward with this team. Therefore, if those around Conor Gallagher are wise enough, would advise Conor Gallagher to start looking elsewhere to fulfill his dream as a footballer. You can be a fan of the club, but yet be a footballer in another club. You understand? And that is not to say that, you don't deserve to play in this club called Chelsea. But if the club shows that they don't really want you, you have to at least give yourself some self-dignity, self-respect, and tell yourself, hey, I've done everything I could as a Chelsea fan, as a Chelsea footballer, and as a Cobham graduate. I can just move along and, build on my career. I think the reason why Conor Gallagher is fighting to stay at Chelsea because he's looking at the fact that he wants to have a claim in the national team with England. But you can still do that with another team and still excel and still be called upon by the English national team. So I think it's more or less agendas, motives, ulterior motives that is just at play here. But at the end of the day, by Monday, Atletico Madrid will get their information of where the player stands and what the player wants to achieve, going forward in the coming season. As it stands now, Conor Gallagher does not have access to Cobham. Doesn't have access to the senior team, so it means he has been demoted as a footballer in the club. That's a sad one. Being a captain last season and not being part of the team training at Cobham this coming season shows that the club is giving you the hint that they do not want you in the club. Although Chelsea are trying to see how they can come to an agreement whereby there will be no bad blood between Chelsea's camp and Conor Gallagher's camp. It's all down to coming to an agreement and everybody understanding their pathway and knowing the way forward. Anyways, that's my thought on the Conor Gallagher saga. We can definitely see some of the videos that I've spoken about Conor Gallagher in the past, about how he suits Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid perfectly, down below. Click on that like and share button. Thank you, and we move forward.